I'm Jamie, and welcome to Sci-Fi-Vision for Xenophiles. I've given it a name now. I'm here with my co-host Scarlett, and today we have special guests from Cyborg Queen Media, Jazzy and her husband Steve. So welcome, guys.
Hey
Hello.
guys,
Hi.
thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Sure, thanks for coming. So we have episode 6 tonight, which is called The Fly. And
Yeah.
there we go. So yeah, why don't you guys go first? What did you guys think of this crazy episode?
It's definitely my favorite of the bunch so far. It was wild. I think it's really interesting how close they're keeping to the plot of Peter Pan while being a completely different, it's not just a retelling of Peter Pan. It's not but there's the parallels are really crazy. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I can't believe there's only 2 episodes left. Like, I feel like it's where things are just kicking off now as far as the everything going down. Yeah, lots of great stuff in this one.
Yeah, it really hit the ground running in this one, I think. Although people did stupid things in this one too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this one too. It's very fast and a lot's going on. Not that it's been slow, but it just feels like it all of a sudden amped up. And you're right, only 2 more to go. Kind of stinks that there's only that much left. But hopefully we'll get another season.
So I have a question. I have a question for everyone. So is Kirsch Tinkerbell in this universe, or who's your Tinkerbell?
Tinkerbell. I didn't even think about that. It kind of does seem like it's Kirsch because he is we have no idea what his motivations are, and he definitely seems to be acting for his own ends. Like Tinkerbell's a very self-motivated character and selfish character, so it kind of fits. I didn't really think about Tinkerbell.
Kirsch makes sense, unless it's Adam Ines, maybe. Although
I was thinking Curly because Curly's real jealous of Wendy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point.
But they haven't really given her enough to do to make a solid call like that.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I thought definitely that Guy was supposed to be Peter, but I forget, somebody in the chat earlier said they thought it was Kirsch. So I don't know. I don't know if I have never read the original story of Peter Pan, so I'm not the best person to
Yeah.
I did notice something and one of the points where Cavalier was reading an excerpt from Peter Pan. He had a microphone in front of him, which I hadn't noticed before. Is he recording an audiobook version of Peter Pan?
It seems
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, I thought he was just broadcasting it to all the lost boys. I mean, all the lost boys, even those girls.
Yeah.
I thought he was just doing that, they're constantly just get a pipeline of Peter Pan stuff. Whether they like it or not, it's probably pumped into the room.
They have to learn the story. That was Karen that said that, by the way. Sorry, I wasn't sure.
I don't want to jump ahead in the show at all, but in this episode, the voiceover, they talk about how Peter Pan kills off the Lost Boys that start to grow up on the island, and it's crazy that Isaac or Toodles, whichever you prefer, it claimed some autonomy and is trying to present himself as a grown-up, and he's the first one offed.
Yeah.
Voted off the island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the roughest way.
Yeah. I think that's why Karen originally said Kirsch was Peter, because he may have, purposely led him astray, telling him to go feed them.
Okay if you go by yourself.
Cavalier thinks he's Peter, but I don't think he's actually. I mean, Peter isn't really a hero. He's kind of a jerk, so it doesn't work.
Very true. Very true. Let's see. Misha thought I was reading it over the island calms, and that is
that makes a lot of sense to me, because there was a scene in a previous episode where Mara was kind of going through the city, on the streets of the city, and you heard Cavalier's voice over speaker boxes playing on repeat, saying Prodigy is forever. So I wonder if he's just broadcasting Peter Pan over his little Vox boxes.
That makes sense.
I didn't realize it was in the city, though. That's interesting. I thought it was just to them. I didn't really think about it, I guess.
I don't know. It could be either.
So, what do you guys think about the fact that we'll kind of go like quasi in order? What do you guys think about the fact that Wendy is talking to them now? And do you think that she understands them and they understand her? Like, is she saying something or just repeating noises?
I think I don't know if she like is just speaking to them directly one-on-one, but I definitely think they have a common understanding. I think that I think going forward, at least that one, she'll be able to have some level of control over.
I did notice that, like, there was seem to show some hostility still towards her, like, attacking the glass a little bit. But also, she made a remark to her brother, I think, when she said, some of the pronunciation is tricky, but I think I'm getting it. So it sounds like language to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like she understands it better than we think, maybe. I don't know.
And
It looked to me at one point, the alien like moved over to the other side of the enclosure, and it looked kind of like, I don't know. I kind of wondered if she was maybe telling it to go. I don't know why I thought that, but
It could be. She's definitely communicating with them.
yeah.
I also just really enjoyed the chance to see a teen alien because we never see that stage in any of the movies. It's always just the chest burster, and then like you find a skin somewhere, and they're like, "Oh my!" and then it's the full size alien.
Well, I kind of wondered too, because in Romulus we see that they have like a cocoon stage in between chest burster and adult.
Mm-hmm.
But they seem to not have that in this. I wonder if that's like maybe there's different some kind of a different breed of xenomorph or something, or maybe it's just a canon conflict. I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember one video had a whole bunch of different types of xenomorphs and offshoots and kings and queens and empresses, and
when you get into the extended universe stuff, the comics and the books, there's all kinds of alien varietals.
Well, that little thing's kind of cute, though. Like when
He's
just a little guy. He's just a little guy. He's not gonna hurt nobody, no how.
You know, tigers and lions and all those things are cute when they're little too, but
yeah, exactly.
When they get older, maybe not, right?
So you got to figure out which one's a scorpion. Is Wendy's scorpion, or is the Xenomorph a scorpion? Or are they both scorpions? Are they both on the same team?
This one, it also got a lot bigger between the scene at the very beginning and the scene in the episode. Like, I think that was just a day had passed, maybe, and it was practically full grown by the end of the episode.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely did.
We know they grow crazy fast.
Yeah.
It would be interesting if, like, because she talked to it when it was little, if like she became, I don't know, I don't want to say it's mother, but like she
the
was
queen.
Yeah, like she became
absolutely.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but it would be really cool if it did, right?
I was saying that I would like the series to end with Wendy just leading an army of xenomorphs, like
pushing a bunch of humans in the lab by the egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be quite cool.
I would be into it.
Sorry, I think I'm gonna sneeze. That's why I'm like, I feel like I am anyway. We'll see.
I'm still curious that we haven't gotten an explanation for why Wendy's the only one that can hear them, though. And I don't know if it's related, but how she was able to control electronics, unless that's something I missed. I still feel like there's something special about Wendy that we haven't seen yet.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is that makes her different. I'm kind of curious about that too. If it's something important or not. Misha says, I don't think she 100% knows what she's saying. I think she's more mimicking. I agree. But I don't know. It would be interesting though if she told it to do something, maybe even without meaning to. It could be.
Yes.
It could turn out not so great.
Oops.
Oops. Big oops.
I thought they were gonna have. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's like she got the dialect ruined, and then Neverland Island is ruined. I think it's going to be ruined anyway. Isn't it going to fall into ruin sometime in one of these seasons?
It's going to turn out she's just learning how to say, "Do you know how to get to the library?"
Yeah. And it thinks that she says, "Eat all the humans."
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm feeling like we're gonna see a scene of a Xeno going after Joe and her being able to stop it with words and not violence.
Yeah.
I feel like that's coming.
That would be kind of cool. Yeah. We were talking earlier though too, like what is maybe going to happen at the end with the Octo Eye, because I'm sorry, I always forget who says what in the chat, but somebody was saying, like, I think it was Lilu was saying that they could see maybe the Octo Eye taking over when Wendy at the end, and I actually could maybe see that, like, if it can take over, robots or Siths. We don't know yet if it even needs that.
I think it's only one person that it wants to take over, and that's Boy, and it wants to be wedged in Boy's eyeball. And then Boy, at the same time, is going to have some kind of color out of space conversation, the best conversation he ever had.
Yes.
And I hope it's done Noah Hawley Legion style, also real.
Yes, Legion was so good.
We've been rewatching Legion because
wow.
because how good this show is. And like, man, Noah Hawley's great. I need to go back and rewatch Legion.
Yeah. Well, I like Fargo too.
And Fargo's.
The one where they had the Sin Eater in the last season and stuff. Like I'm waiting for I was waiting for Alien Earth to go to the year 1545, and then all of a sudden there's something with xenomorphs.
That'd be funny. Misha said, I think there's also something about Joe, because at a certain point, Joe was saying he was the last in a long line of, but he cut himself off. Do you guys remember that part? I don't remember him saying that, but that's weird.
Yeah, that is interesting. And they did seem to recruit Wendy as their first test subject for some specific reason that made her special, right? Like, she had some special quality, maybe as her brother Joe shares that quality or something genetic.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Well, now they share more though, because they're part. He's part robot too now. So
yeah,
he's got his lung there. Karen said, I think something happened between Wendy and the Xeno she killed. That fight happened behind a closed door and we didn't see it. Maybe she connected to it in some way. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a really good point.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We could flash back to that later and see what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
want to know what the doll said it's all about. Is there going to be a scene where the doll head washing up on shore?
Yeah, we were talking about that in the last episode. That doll head is
doll head.
It's menacing.
The episode 5, I think, opened with a shot of a doll's head washing up on the beach of the island. I think it could have been a reference to Newt from Aliens, who had that doll's head that she carried around, or something about the Lost Boys or the synthetics being dolls. Some kind of parallel.
Yeah, I thought it was a synthetics head at first. I thought it was a hybrid's head that's floating there.
It definitely was a really interesting piece of imagery to open the episode with.
Yeah.
I still haven't figured it out.
Morrow in this episode calls Kirsch old toy.
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting choice of words.
Yep.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Misha's saying that the alien doesn't outright attack Joe. Well, I think the first one did, but this one doesn't seem to. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be bothered by them. But they're both watching. To be fair, I think it's more interested in Wendy there.
I did think that first one kind of toyed with Joe, because it almost caught him a couple of times, and it seemed to be like toying with him, like hovering over him and breathing in his face before Morrow electrocuted it or whatever.
Yeah, it went on top of the container.
Something about Joe or something about the alien.
Because I kind of wondered about that when it happened, that it went on top of the container and didn't just kill him right away. Like it was stalking. But sometimes maybe I think they just want to.
It's like a cat.
Stalk them. Yeah, it wants to play with its food.
That's funny. But they don't eat it. Do they eat? What do they eat?
Yeah, that's
they attack things. I don't think they eat them outright when they kill something.
They eat everything.
Okay.
Did we ever see the xenomorphs eat? I can't remember.
I think they just destroy. They eat terror.
Misha was talking about at the party when it didn't attack Joe. That's true.
Yeah.
It did attack other people, not him. But yeah, you're right. It could just be plot armor. Misha.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people calling it plot armor, but there could be something to it, you know?
Yeah, out of everybody, I don't think Joe is gonna die. I kind of agree that he's got a little bit of plot armor there.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be the
what-
final girl.
I feel pretty strongly that Joe and
This
Wendy are
Lily
gonna
going to be the final girl.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think about this conversation? Like, it was quite clear to me that Kirsch knew right away that he was trying to
Yeah.
suss out things on how to get out. And he's like, "You're not leaving. He's not going to let you go." But I don't know. I think right away he knew that he didn't expect him to let him go. That he was more kind of wanting to escape, and just like everything else, he's just like watching, and he doesn't actually say anything, doesn't tell on him. It's just kind of, I don't know. I think he knew that. I felt like
He seems to have like a firm grasp on everything that's happening and is not doing anything, which is a really interesting choice.
He was super condescending to Joe in this scene too. He was like, that's like an onion trying to take care of a star. That's what he said, calling Joe a vegetable basically compared to
I
a
mean,
son.
yeah. Well, Joe wants her to play family, and he's like, "Really? Like, that's not going to happen. You need to realize that. You keep telling yourself that, and you know, she's
He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. He's definitely not wrong. Misha's right. Joe is so dumb. Joe is kind of stupid.
I love Joe though.
He's kind of pure heart.
He's such a sweet boy.
He is, but he is kind of dumb.
Face hugged.
Yeah.
All the nice humans get face hugged in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked Arthur a lot. Rest
Yeah,
in
I
peace.
do. Yeah.
At least it's not going to be peaceful, but you know.
Gonna
It's
have
just
a
so
couple
at
of
least
bad
they
days.
didn't shut him out of all the computers and stuff after they fired him, so that was an advantage.
Yeah.
I have to question they didn't see that he turned the trackers off. I mean, maybe what he typed, maybe not, but they had to know he turned the trackers off. Like, there's no way
I
they
saw.
didn't know
I don't know if this is getting too far ahead, but I just before we started, I watched the trailer for the next
that.
episode.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
gonna
and
say
there's a
that.
scene where he's like,
Well, the
so
trackers,
the trackers are off for some
yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
So I don't think they knew he did that.
Yeah. But,
Also, if I was Arthur and they fired me, I would have been out the door immediately. I would not have been sticking around and risking my life in the secure lab. I've been gone.
We
No,
fire people and then just feed them to the eggs.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't kill him, but maybe he figured if he killed them, then his wife wouldn't do anything. But I figured she'd at least be like, "I'll help you, but only if he stays here." And she didn't even. She's like, "Nope."
Didn't say a word.
Yeah.
These hoes ain't loyal. That's what.
She really left him out to dry like
Well,
that. That was
yeah.
Kinda did. She
It's
kinda
been a
did.
good marriage.
She doesn't ask about her husband in the upcoming days. And just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, maybe she's looking for divorce. You know, who knows? Karen said Kirsch is the real mastermind. I do find it odd how he's watching everything and like not. Like I said earlier, I don't know if he's like waiting to see what happens and he's just curious what people will do, or if he's waiting to like screw them all at once, or he does listen. He listens to everything. And
Yeah. I was waiting for him to say something tomorrow in the elevator, and
I
I
was
just
too.
like I was like waiting for him to just like be like, "Hey, like hint at it or anything," but
Yeah.
nothing. Like nothing.
Yeah, no, I kind of wondered about that too.
The only real motivation I can suss out for him is that he hates humans and is just letting this happen out of spite.
but like, let him die.
No,
Who cares? Right?
So he has a thing in common with Oculus Prime over here. They
Yeah.
both watch him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
Hey.
they'll be the last two standing. Who knows? And then they'll just watch each other.
Yeah, hey, if they die, he doesn't have to take them out, right? After all, he's becoming obsolete, apparently. That's why he might just be like, well, I'm going to prove to them I'm not, or, let them die, and who cares, right? So next we have this stuff about Nibs, which is what we were kind of already talking about the fact that, what's his name? I never remember that guy's name. Adam
Hines.
Atom.
Atom. Yeah, like
Atom.
ATOM.
Yeah, that
Weird
he,
name.
that he's like, you need to fix her. She's too emotional. And he wants them to not only erase the memories, but change her personality. I'm kind of surprised about that, though, because of the fact that Boy Cavalier wanted to make, like, it seemed to me before that he was trying to, like, as part of the experiment, see if their personalities carried over. If they changed her, it's kind of hard to see that. So I kind of question if he knows he did this, or if it just doesn't matter because they have Wendy.
But also,
go ahead.
He says, who is it? Dame says she's always been emotional. We knew that when we picked her. And he was like, but I thought we adjusted for that. And she said, yeah, in the architecture. So that seems to imply that their personalities were adjusted in some way in the transfer.
Yeah, maybe
just
already.
From the jump. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't a direct personality transfer if they're already making tweaks.
My big question is, why didn't they tell anyone else they were taking her memory? Because
especially Wendy.
They're all in there like, hey, remember that thing from yesterday? She's like, no. It's just weird.
It was. But yeah, I don't know. I just wonder if Cavalier knew all that. But when they say about they adjusted her before, I thought maybe they just meant like how they were not giving them all the hormones or whatever. Because they said something at the beginning about like simulating hormones and things. So I just kind of assumed that some of that was to do with how they were supposed to be not as emotional, not necessarily that they were going to change their personality. But I don't know. Maybe I took that different.
That's true. I guess I assume that was sort of like they were going to try and sort of simulate puberty.
Yeah.
In a way.
Because that's been one of my big questions since the beginning is, are they going to have the minds of children forever? Because if you don't have that chemical change your body goes through during puberty and your brain never finishes developing, like, are you going to be a 12-year-old forever? Like a literal child soldier forever?
Yeah. Karen says that was about stimulating puberty to grow their personalities into adults. That's kind of what I thought, but I definitely took it when they said it before, though, that they wouldn't have a lot of emotions compared to humans, and that's why sometimes they're colder. I just think that maybe they didn't dial it back as much as this guy would like, right?
Yeah. He seemed very focused on how they would appear in front of the investors or the other 5 companies. He was like, she's going to be smart and charming, and that's it.
Yep.
Do it.
And get it together in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing bad can come of this. I hope they have a presentation and it goes bad.
Now, why do you think that Dame agreed, or Sylvia? I guess her name's Sylvia. Dame Sylvia, whatever. Why do you think that she agreed? Like, do you think it's just because she knows he'll kill them, or do you think that she's more interested in the science, maybe more than him? Because I was a little surprised because, like I said, I thought that maybe she was going to be like, I'll only do it if you let him stay, and that she only did it because she kind of figured that was going to happen. But then she didn't say anything after, so I wasn't sure.
I think it comes back to the conversation they had in episode 4, where they're talking about, is this, do we have a breakthrough or did we kill 6 kids? Like, to her, if this doesn't succeed, they murdered 6 kids.
Yeah.
So she's trying to do everything she can to hold on to the fact that this is a scientific revolution and they've created, expanded life force for humanity, and not that she murdered 6 kids, because that's what happened.
I do think she genuinely cares about them too, and sort of sees herself as kind of a mother figure, and probably figured if she didn't do it, then she would lose them, or she would lose access to them, and figured it's better to go along with it because then at least she'd be there for them when they needed it. Then
Nibs jumped on top of her too. Maybe she thinks that the trauma will just make her lash out more. I mean, I think she's doing it for altruistic reasons. I think she's just trying to create less trauma.
Yeah, she wants to protect the kids. Exactly, I agree.
Yeah,
Which
she
creates a
never-
bad situation when you're putting them in super strong bodies, and then their, first
Exactly.
reaction is to
Messing with their memories, and yeah, it's bad.
But they
bad,
also want to protect them, so if they're in a dangerous situation, they'd be more likely to run in and then get face hugged.
Yeah.
Karen also says Peter Pan wants him to remain children and play with him forever. If you grow up, he kicks you off the island. And that's what that quote from the book was about later in the episode, that like they would, I forget exactly how he said it, but it was whenever Toodles got killed. So yeah, like we said, they've been voted off.
That confuses me. Then why put them in adult bodies in the first place?
I don't
Anyone?
Yeah. I don't know.
So they could be child soldiers.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh,
That's pretty much the only thing I've been able
usually
to
in
come up
sci-fi,
with.
it's because they're
I guess
easily controllable, but then they're not controllable. They go and do horrible things.
Yeah, because you're with children that the age that they're recruited, they're coming up on the natural development of their psychology would be to go through puberty, which is a very unstable, uncontrollable time for a kid's development.
Too bad
So
you
it sounds like they
control
tried
your
to
own
like
puberty.
simulate that in a controlled way, but it's not really working. This is kind of the impression I got.
Yeah, it's too bad though. They can't really control puberty like that for kids now.
Yeah,
It's a lot easier, right?
it would be handy.
It would be. Karen had said that she thinks Sylvia is Wendy from the books, because she's the mother figure.
Yeah, I can see that.
I could see that too. I kind of always assumed that Wendy was Wendy, but at the same time, that kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Misha says, I think this is the same thing that goes back to why anyone works in the inner sanctum of psychopathic people. They have somehow convinced themselves that they make a difference, but for real, they are only lying to themselves. Well, yeah, they're not helping these kids. I think that's,
Yeah.
I want to think they're helping the kids, but
This might come out sounding mean, but I see Dame Sylvia more as Nana
I was gonna say the same
than
thing.
than Wendy. Like she's like trying to help the kids, but is hapless and like Nana's the dog.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nana. Jesse, and I was like, maybe people won't get the Nana thing. I need to look
Yeah.
that's funny. Yeah. Well, at least she's still there and alive, though. So at least
Yeah.
there's somebody to watch him, I guess, at this point. But
For now.
he fired him on the spot. I guess he probably didn't kill him just because then she wouldn't have, listened. But I just think like maybe she has a bargaining chip right now, and she could have been like, "I'll do it, but you have to make him stay."
That's what I would have. That's what I thought she was gonna say, but then she didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe they've been trying to get out and they can't. And she's like, well, he got out. So maybe that's the only thing I can think is like maybe they wanted to quit and they weren't allowed or something. So it worked to their advantage. I don't know. But it does make me wonder. Let's see. Karen says the point is not to save the kids. That was just the easiest way to get test subjects. The goal is to sell this product to people who want to live forever. Yeah, that's definitely Boy Cavalier's goal. That's for sure. The scientists, I mean, I think that's part of their goal, but I do think they don't want to hurt the kids. I believe that. Or at least
Yeah.
I'd like to believe that, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, they're still out to cure death. I think they say that when they're talking in the forest. We cure death. They are very interested in mortality and curing mortality, but they care about the kids, whereas Boy Cavalier sees them as his property.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So we already talked about the firing. All right. So then we have this conversation with Joe and Wendy here. Or
I
Joe and
loved
Wendy.
this.
Yeah.
This
I did
was
too.
such a good scene.
It is because I think it's interesting too, just the conversation, the fact that they're talking about agency, because he's like saying no gives you power, and she's basically saying yes, but I want to say yes, and you're trying to force me to say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows what she wants. I think she understands it, and I think that she likes that she's treated good. I mean, does she love her brother? Yes, but yeah, I think she likes it there. I do.
It was a really interesting way to look at autonomy, and her being like, this is a yes place, and we like she's yes anding everything. And he's like, yeah, but no is what gives you power over your, like it's what gives you control. And it's like both things are important, and like I don't know. It was a really interesting way to break down that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously she's comparing the aliens to them too, because they're not
Yeah.
given a choice. I mean, if they were given a choice, they probably still would have come there to kill them, but we don't know for sure, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think they've quite a few times compared the aliens to the synth kids. I mean, that's kind of a big part of it. She also compares them to ants and bees.
Yeah.
And then that's what I was kind of saying before about, like, are they killing because that's what they do, or are they killing because they enjoy it? I mean, I think that we've come to, as a franchise, think that they want to hunt their prey and that they enjoy murdering people, but we don't really know that. I mean, that's, like I said, that's what predators do. That's what aliens do, and it's an interesting way to look at it.
Maybe they're more like humans, like the bad parts of humans that want to murder.
Yeah,
Kill.
and it did just occur to
We're
me
not
that
great.
Wendy referencing social insects like ants and bees could reveal that she is learning more about the aliens from them in her conversations with them, because they as scientists don't really know anything about the alien social structure, about queens and the hives and how they organize as individuals in the wild. But it is not dissimilar from bees and ants and other social insects. So maybe that's something she's picking up in her conversations with them.
Yeah.
Everything in ecology is important, including the bugs.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Very
I don't
important.
remember a lot of the mythology behind the Alien franchise, but somebody was saying something earlier, I think, about calling them certain ones drones, and it was when I was making the animation, so I heard about half of it. Were some of the aliens called that, or did I misunderstand the conversation? I mean, I know guys didn't hear the conversation, but do any of you know? You two, do you know more about that?
I'm not an expert, but I think the like standard xenomorph, like the ones that we see a lot of in Aliens, are considered drones, or I think they are also called warriors. They're just like the standard xenomorph like form.
All right.
Like a worker.
And then they have queens, and then if you go into the more extended universe comics and books and stuff, then they have all kinds of other like variations. Some that are like huge. They have some that like carry around massive amounts of like eggs and go and scout new like hives to place the eggs in. All kinds of crazy aliens in comics and books, which I'm not super familiar with. I haven't read any of those, but you pick up some lore, especially lately. You know, my socials have been so full of alien content. You learn a lot of that stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, I just wondered because of the whole, bees, drones and everything. It made me wonder. Misha was saying that was her, that they have stages. We see the deacons mostly. See, I don't remember. My problem is, I mean, like, I've seen the alien movies, but I don't know. I haven't retained a lot of it, I guess.
We both did a big rewatch of the whole franchise right before Alien Romulus came out. So it's kind of fresh in our minds. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had done that, but I did not. I did watch Romulus though, right before, pretty much.
I haven't even seen Romulus.
Oh, it's a good one.
It's very good.
A great time.
It's like a highlights reel of the whole franchise.
Misha said, episode 1, the two scientists talked about how they can't have kids. Hubby mentioned that Sylvia's looking at those kids as if they were her own.
Oh, I forgot about that conversation.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Good point. Yeah.
I kind of worry though about what she would do to her own kids though.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why
I mean, there is a way of looking at it that she was fixing Nib's trauma.
That's what she says.
Yeah, that's how she explains it, and I can see how you would look at that as a good thing. But
well, they have those memory wipes in Legion too.
Well, the memory wipe isn't bad. Changing the personality is what's bad.
Yeah.
Changing fundamentally who they are. Karen's
and
saying
doing it without their permission, that's the part that's really unethical for me, if you think of them as people.
Yeah. Well, I think they try not to. Karen said this is the reason why we don't let tweens make this kind of decision. So that's definitely true. But I don't know that Joe's made the best decisions either, though, to be fair, and he's an adult. So
yeah.
Karen also said, could the Xeno be manipulating Wendy? I hadn't thought about that. That's why I wonder how much they understand each other.
We know the xenomorphs are not dumb. They're not.
No,
They're
yeah.
more than just animalistic intelligence. They have a pretty high level of intelligence.
They could be
On
talking
par with
philosophy with each other. You don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have a
maybe they're
language.
plotting with
It
her
ends up
to-
killing humans.
Yeah, might be. All right, let's see. So what was next? Let's see. Okay, so next was I think the conversation here. Their meeting.
I'm so sick of seeing this kid's toes.
So
Yeah.
gross. Unclean
I'm
feet.
done. I think he's a genius. I hope he has a long, wonderful acting career following this series, but I need him to have shoes and socks.
I would think
Yeah.
they just stopped
I
that
don't know.
meeting at one point when he
Just
started.
like immediately
He starts
putting
sticking in his
both bare
toes.
feet on the
It's
table, like spread his legs out, and then he's like picking at his
That's
toes.
the worst
So
version of man
gross.
spreading I've ever seen.
Gross, but I feel like that's just kind of like a domineering power play type of thing. Like,
Yeah,
I have
Definitely.
nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
We
In
were
an
saying,
interview with the actor, I think he said that it wasn't his idea to do that and have him be barefoot. It was like a producer or something that suggested it, and he didn't know about it at first. But then
Mhm.
once he started doing it, he said it really informed his performance a lot because it gave him the sense that, oh, he lives here. He owns all this stuff. He's always comfortable because he's the one who owns and runs
and
everything.
everything.
He's
always
so
wearing, like,
rich that his
camera.
feet don't have to touch anything hard. You know.
Right?
They a couple people said that when he came out, the way they showed his feet, it looked like a prisoner. I thought the same thing, and I even think his outfit kind of looks. I mean, I know it's pajamas, but it's like striped like prison garb. I'm not
Yeah.
sure how that makes any sense or means if it just happens to be like that because I don't know what it could mean. But
Maybe since he has so much money, but yet he's a prisoner in his own body,
maybe.
and he wants to be put into I guess a hybrid body once they perfect that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure that it totally makes sense, but that's what I thought too. know
I could
some
also
people
see
do
it being like him being a prisoner of his own self-importance and self-image because they've already showed us that he's not as smart as he thinks he is.
Yeah, and he treats absolutely everyone he interacts with like they're a moron.
Yeah.
And he talks about how all he ever wants is just to have a single intelligent conversation with someone in his level. So maybe he's sort of a self-imposed prisoner of his own ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a little eyeball alien to get in his eyeball and to give him a
Yeah, I think that's going to be the conversation he ends up having.
Yeah. I like that theory. I've been seeing that one go around for a few episodes.
Imagine Color Out of Space where you get the vision of like the alien planet and everything, and he's like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" But he's kind of like dying at the same time. But it's great.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a happy ending for him. Is what I'm saying.
You're so dirty.
Yeah, he's like, "Stop picking your toes, man. That's gross."
Filthy.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's so arrogant throughout this whole conversation, despite the fact that he knows he caused all this.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, like, because Morrow knows he caused it. He saw the footage when he was investigating it on the Magina. Why didn't he bring it up? He downloaded the files from the ship. I don't know if that includes that conversation that was recorded or not, but it seems like he would be able to prove that Cavalier is responsible for the whole thing, which is why, like, makes me wonder, why did they let him get the upper hand in this meeting? Unless they're holding it to play as a card to play later, maybe.
Yeah, because he accused them of crashing it on purpose, and I'm kind of surprised Moira didn't say, "Oh, that was you."
Yeah,
so that's a little strange there. And I completely lost track of what I was. Oh, I know what I was going to say. This isn't related to that, but I was going to say this is a gross story. But when I was in high school, there was this teacher. He got in trouble when he quit, but there was this teacher that clipped his toenails in class.
Oh,
it was really bad, and everybody was telling on him, and he did. In the end, he had to quit because enough people complained. But it was really
Just gonna stop doing it.
Jeez.
Yeah, you would think that an adult would know better, but I don't know. He was weird.
That's bizarre.
That is truly gross.
It is definitely gross. So the whole point of this conversation, obviously he she thinks that whatever her name is,
Wayland
Or
Yutani.
Yutani.
She's
I guess
Yutani.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, she thinks that she's winning, and she's like, hey, I'll pay you for it. She even told Moro before, we can get it back, go through the proper channels. And he's baiting her the whole time because he wants her to give him the money. He's like, yeah, I'll give it back to you. I'll give it back to you. And then she's like, oh, yay, I won. And then he's like, no. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's weird to be put in the position of feeling bad for the Utanis
Yeah.
because they've caused almost all the problems in the entire franchise.
Yeah, I have this little bit in my notes where I say, how dare he almost make me feel sympathy for Yutani?
Yeah, definitely. Although when you're talking that many billions of dollars, like, can you really feel bad for any of them? Right?
Not really. That's why I said almost.
Yeah. I was going to say, Scarlett, did you recognize this guy? Because it took me a second to realize where we had seen him recently. He was from Sandman. He was the guy with the box. I recognized his voice. That had the box that like produced the papers and stuff. If you listen to his voice, you can tell it. Yeah. That I don't know. Sorry, that just was something of.
That's cool. I mean, I'm glad.
I haven't seen the second season yet.
Oh, well, there's a guy that's maybe playing.
This is a guy with a box.
Yeah, with the
you
box.
see a guy with a box.
We'll know. We'll be ready.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a guy from Alien Earth.
Yeah, true. I don't think he cares about the money. I definitely don't think he cares about the money. I think he just wanted to one-up her, and he liked that she had to give up the money. It's not that he wanted it.
Yeah.
But he's like, give me 20 million. Then he's like, oh, honey, I don't need it. Like, I screwed you. I got you to give me all this money, and then you still didn't get what you wanted. So yeah.
And quarantine's happening.
Yeah. So yeah, he wins that round, and Moro. Yeah, Moro's like basically like, I told you so, right? That he's gonna have to get it the way he said, and he talks about I should have a picture of him here somewhere. He said, well, that is not it either. He says that he thinks he can get a xenomorph for her, but they have more security. And this is where he says he wants to destabilize the facility. See, I thought he was somehow, the point was to try to smuggle out the xenomorph, but I guess the point is if the whole thing's going to collapse and they're all going to die, and then they can just come and swoop in and get it, I guess.
Get it.
But it's really going to end up outside of the facility killing people.
Sounds like a great plan.
So it's probably not going to go.
That could happen.
Yeah.
Prodigy's for sure not going to exist by the end of the series.
Yeah.
I thought they were just going to put that one guy in with a face hugger, like in a box, and then just ship it out.
Yeah, that's how he presented the plan to Slightly, but then he later said that his turned asset or whatever is highly unreliable and likely to fail. So I think he's planning on that the plan that as he presented it not actually working out that way, and it just turning into a mess.
I just question how you can think that the aliens getting out is a good plan because, well, I guess they haven't watched sci-fi movies, because it's never going to stay in that facility. Like, it's going to kill a lot of people, including probably them in the end, right?
Well, you mean we shouldn't go to other planets and just take life forms we don't know anything about and bring them back?
That is
an experiment on them.
That is very, very true.
Well, they have that gun, that stun gun that took out the one in the first episode or second episode, but whichever it was. But
it only knocked it out for like 10 minutes or something.
The crew of the Magino are the first people we've ever seen that have any idea how to handle these creatures or like anything to fight back against them that's effective at all.
Yeah, although they didn't bring back any fully grown Xenos. They got some eggs. Although I guess it's possible they could have tangled with some on the planet where they got the eggs.
I wish we could have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that's what that Nola Hawley directed episode is going to be about. Like, we're going to see the different planets. At least a little screen, little video. No.
They would be nice if we got to. But, but yeah, that was also only the xenomorph too, though. Like, what about the eyeball alien and the fly alien and all that? Like, they're not thinking it through. But then again, he may not have expected them to let all of them out of containment. He thought just one xenomorph was going to be let out of containment, right? So, and
also, this is a little bit of a tangent, but there's no way they got all the ticks out of that wreckage, right? Like all the ticks
No,
that
they
infested
showed
the
it.
kid, and they were everywhere.
Phase two.
They
No,
could
showed
not
it
have
in
found all of them.
They showed it like crawling.
They're all
over
over New Siam now.
that
Yeah.
one. What's that one guy? That one guy that got shot by the one on the ship during the
engineer.
flashback that shot the kid, the younger guy. It showed him crawling over him. That they got out. It showed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus there were all the larvae that crawled out of the kid after they were trying to remove him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karen's saying about it's a remote island, but flies can fly and ticks, babies, or tadpoles that swim. So maybe Xeno can swim. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about it being on an island, but yeah, I don't think it's that safe just because it's an island, right?
Xenos can swim.
Yeah.
We
Very
know.
famously from Alien Resurrection, there's an extended underwater action scene. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, to be fair, this is a prequel. They don't know that yet.
Yeah, they don't
They don't know it yet.
we as the audience know it.
Yeah, we know. So then we get them in the elevator and this whole conversation of them kind of trying to one up each other. But I agreed. I was surprised Kirsch didn't, I don't know, accuse him. But then again, maybe he's just kind of biding his time and trying to see what happens. I don't know. I mean, all they did was just kind of, try to piss each other off a bit.
Yeah.
He's telling him how he's irrelevant and that he's being made obsolete. And and then he
Timothy Oliphant's so freaking great. I loved him being like, I think the pain would be the part you enjoyed the most. Like, it's so creepy.
Like he's trying to out-baddie Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting because when they were talking about it, he's like, you don't like the pain? I thought that was what you liked. And yeah, that was weird. He also said, and I kind of made me wonder if that's what's going to happen to Morrow, is he said about the pain, he said something like when the first eyeball pops.
That's why it reminded me of Batty from Blade Runner. Because he pops that guy's eye.
That's
true. It kind of made me wonder if the eye thing, if the octo eye thing is going to end up in him later, just because he said that. It made me wonder.
Yay.
Why it? I don't know. Let's see. Misha's right. Why should he show his cards right now?
Yeah.
I just am curious what Karsh is up to. I really am, because
he's really keeping everything close to the chest. It really makes you wonder what he's doing.
Especially not to get, I don't want to get too far ahead, but with the way the lab is left, depending on who walks in there first, it is not going to go well for anyone.
No. I mean,
I want to be like, you guys want to close
the
doors.
pirates, the flies are going to go. Sorry.
The flies are out and the door is open to the
flies are out.
Room.
I know that Arthur went in to save Toodles, but what happened to the rule that nobody that was human go in that lab? That lasted real long, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about them being kids, because their first instinct is help out these kids because they're kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bad system.
Yeah.
Terrible system.
Yeah,
because you got these kids that have no control. They're a giant id. They're going to do what they want. And then the humans are going to come and try to help them and die.
Yeah. It never ends good for the humans. But then again, we don't know how it's going to go for...
Well, this island's going to be
cyborgs in the sense there either. They may not end up in a good spot either. We don't know. So then this is with Dame Sylvia fixing Nibs, taking away her trauma. And we had, let's see, what the heck is that? Oh, there it is. I was going to say we had some comments here about the trauma I marked before. Karen said, you can't cure trauma by forgetting it. You have to work through it. This won't end well for Nibs. I agree. It's going to break. Something's going to go wrong.
Yeah.
Do you think it could come back? You think the trauma could come back? They didn't quite get rid of it?
It could. I don't know. But Misha says, Boy Cavalier is barely human himself, so he has no way to empathize with trauma. He's probably never been traumatized. I still wonder, though, if he 100% knew what Adam was doing, though. Because I don't know. He seemed so adamant about they keep their personalities. It makes me wonder if he went off script. Okay, that was about before. That's we didn't get to that scene yet. Sorry. I actually started that for later and forgot about it. All right. Where did I go? Now I lost my comments here. All right. But yeah, doing what she didn't want to do and didn't think to tell anybody else. So that was really stupid that they
Yeah.
didn't do others. Like, of course they're gonna ask, right? That was
Yeah, exactly.
Especially because she apparently told everybody that she was pregnant, and then they erase that from her memory and don't like let anyone know, hey, maybe don't bring that up to Nibs. Like,
Yeah.
she's
I still think maybe something could be gonna hatch from that eye thing.
I think so too. I think
Unless
so
maybe
too.
I
like
think
that,
she's pregnant with
maybe
something.
Octo-Eye wanted to reproduce, and maybe it was like its thoughts getting mixed up with hers too. If they're like
Getting
syncing
some
brain-
cells, like even cellular level stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if something comes out of her.
Something goes out of
Yeah.
her.
Something comes out of
Yes.
her. Hey, maybe
I
it'll just be
agree.
just-
I've been saying that.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, bad idea to not alert the others. That's for sure.
I think I remember in that scene too. Yeah, you can kind of see it here in the background. These look like X-rays of Nib's abdomen with like
Yeah,
the robot
Yeah.
side.
Right.
So
she's
someone
not
was like,
pregnant.
maybe we should check to see if she is pregnant, just in case.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, she's not pregnant, but if she had,
Right.
octo babies, we wouldn't necessarily.
Yeah.
Weird cells in there or something.
Swimming around in her blood or something. You don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Karen's bringing up that Lila was saying earlier something about like maybe she was pregnant before all this happened, and we were talking about like, is it possible that she was sexually abused? And I know we had talked about in one of our other episodes. I kind of wondered sometimes if Boy Cavalier had like done something the way with the conversation she had about being pregnant and everything, because she seemed to already understand some about pregnancy and sex, and I don't know, that was what I kind of wondered.
She
back then.
mentions that she grew up on a farm, so she's like
Yeah.
familiar with like animals mating.
Yeah, we had sex ed when we were in like 4th grade. So you know.
Yeah, Dame
Okay, that's
Dame
true.
did say that one line earlier. She was like, "We knew she had trauma."
Yeah,
Before.
that she was emotional when we picked her.
Yeah,
It would not. Yeah, just her behavior is
Yeah, she could
off.
have had some kind
So
of
it would
sexual
not surprise
trauma
me if there
at
was
some point.
something deeper at work there.
yeah, and the combination of all this stuff, I think, is going to destabilize her further psychologically, which is
Yeah,
not something you want with a child mind in a robot body.
No,
Yeah,
no.
even erasing her memories could make it worse. I think. That
Yeah.
that was
They tried to warn him. Even they were like, "This could make it worse."
yeah, but they don't listen.
Let's
But yeah,
just make
then we
everything
have,
worse.
They got a deadline.
yeah, this is where Wendy's asking her about it, and Nibs is freaking out a bit because she doesn't remember. And let's see. Then we have
Yeah, because she keeps saying she doesn't have it in there. Is that what she says?
Yeah.
It's really
why
interesting.
is the memory
Yeah,
not-
I don't have any of that. I think is what
Yeah,
she says.
yeah, I don't have
Which
any
is a
of that.
very weird way to put it. Very like
Yeah.
a robot way to think about it.
Yeah.
Not saying I don't remember, saying I don't have that.
And,
It
yeah.
sounds
Maybe
like
it's
something a
through the
robot
hard
would
drive
say.
now, so maybe it's just that. I don't know. And then we have his name's Slightly. I get them mixed up.
Slightly.
Yeah. With Morrow trying to convince him about letting the alien out. Yeah, somebody thought it was a good idea to put 11, 12-year-old mind in a synth body.
Mhm.
Right.
Like, what were you thinking, people? Really?
I mean, why did they need to make him super strong?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Couldn't they put him in a weaker body? This is
a weaker child's body.
first, yeah.
Well, they're
You
probably
have to make
trying
them
to.
killable child soldiers the first
Yeah, I
round.
assume it's because of what they want to sell it for, but yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know that they need that. That extent
In the
of-
beta testing phase, like,
Not yet. Do that later.
of
Like
1.0s,
Yeah. And then
We have to make them adults.
their adult hug.
I love the line in this scene. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Smee is like, being grown up sucks. And Slightly's like, yeah. I felt that.
Mhm.
Relatable.
Yeah, I love these actors. They're so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their
Oh, yeah.
relationship is adorable.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I believe especially the two of them, that they're kids. Wendy a lot of times feels older, but the two of them do.
Yeah.
Well, she could be older, and girls mature faster than boys, so.
True, and
That's
she was supposed to
true.
be older than them, I think, to be. Oh no, that's right, not Curly. She wasn't older than Curly. She was older than the other one.
Curly and Isaac
Slash
Yeah.
Toodles.
slash Toodles. Those were the oldest kids when they got transferred. I think they were 12.
Yeah.
I think Curly's been underused. I was hoping to have more Curly scenes.
Yeah.
She's barely in this one.
Yeah.
Again, the problem of only having 8 episodes, which we
Yeah.
complain about a lot. I really think they need more, but not everybody agrees with me. I think there should be like at least 10. I think 10 should be a minimum of seasons.
I
10's
agree.
a good number for hour-long episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 10 to 12 I think is like should be the average now, but it's not anymore. It has become not. I took a picture of this. I was wondering if there's anything interesting in it. I don't know that there is. It's just his map he's made, but I was trying to see if I could read anything, but I think it's just the map. I think that's pretty much it. He's not even sure what half the things are, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Smart. Trying to map the
yeah.
area.
Yes, it is. It definitely is. Even if, like, right now he can't take her out of there because she's tracked at this point, which he, I assume, would think of. So yeah, the whole point of this scene is that Slightly is trying to get him to leave with him to go to see the aliens, and he's going to try to get him hugged, face hugged. I don't know what you call that.
His smile is so creepy in this scene, where he keeps
Yeah.
trying to be like, everything's fine. Come on.
And he's also making him feel bad without meaning to, because he's like, oh yeah, we have to talk to them about you having your family here too. Like it's clear that Slightly doesn't want to kill him. He's just being pushed.
He doesn't want his mom to die.
That too, yeah.
He is also clearly jealous of Wendy and Joe that they get to be together.
Yes, definitely. But this guy, wait, that's the wrong picture. This guy, there he goes. I don't remember. I don't even know if they told his name, but he interrupts at the right possible moment. I thought when this happened, oh, he's going to be the one that'll die instead. He'll take
Me
him.
too.
But that was just I guess a red herring there.
Yeah, I thought for sure he was the one who was gonna get hugged.
Yeah.
The
And he was a
lone hug,
nobody
right?
too. Like Arthur, we know we like, but I guess that's probably the point. They got to kill somebody we like, right? Let's see. Misha says, "What's the plan?" She doesn't need to eat, but he does. And BK would be moving in heaven and earth to find them. Yeah, I'm not sure how he expected to just take her. He's been trying to find out things, but I think he's underestimating what it would take.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think he's still in the early planning phase. He's still trying to figure out, what the plan is exactly.
Yeah, but he's way too obvious. Like Kirsch.
Every single person is immediately on to him.
They're like, you idiot, you can't try to, escape. Yeah, everybody figures it out really quickly. So he's not doing a great job.
Not stealthy.
Not at all. And this is the other, him and the woman, same thing. They're like, she says, we have a good thing here, don't screw it up.
I want more of her.
Sorry,
I actually thought he was kind of subtle in this one, or he was just like, my dad used to take me out on a boat. You guys grew up near boats? And she was immediately like, shut up, stop it.
I thought it was obvious, but I guess we know what he's after though. So maybe
I
more out of this. But
love
he's like,
her character design.
Get off the island. Yeah, I do like her there too.
Yeah.
I really want to see more of her.
She has a cool name too. I can't remember what it is though.
Something with a D.
Is it a city name? I can't remember. But she also has a cool name.
Yeah.
Hold on, I
I
can
don't
find
know,
that real quick.
but they figure it out really quick.
Maybe they could have her guard the lab.
Yeah.
Because nobody seems to be guarding the lab. They're walking around the island. I don't think that's the problem.
Yeah. Karen's like, she'll be dead soon. She probably will be dead
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
But
she's not making it. I was surprised she made it out of the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just thought he was really obvious though, because he's like, can boats even make it off the island? And he's like,
so if I got on a boat and sailed and say there was like 2 people in this boat, how far would I get? And where's the cafeteria so I can get some snacks?
Siberian.
Siberian.
That's her name.
That's
Oh, nice.
Siberia. I like that. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, she also makes a point of saying like because he says something like the aliens are here, and she says, yeah, but at least I know where they are,
Yeah.
or something to that effect. So
the
yeah.
monsters.
The
Yeah.
monsters. Okay, the monsters are here. I think there's a lot of different monsters on this show.
Mm.
There sure are.
There's the fully grown xenomorph, or at least almost fully grown. Fully grown. I don't know. It looks fully grown to me.
16, 17,
Teenage
late
Xeno.
teens. Yeah.
Now,
Tino.
question for you, and I don't know if it's just the lighting, but I noticed when I was watching this too, it looks like she's got something like that. She's not just using her tongue. I don't know if it's just the way they did the scene, but I don't know. It made me like think she was like becoming like them or something. Because doesn't it look like, and this zoomed in, like there's something in her mouth?
It does
It
look a
does.
little strange. Yeah.
The only thing I can
Could just
think
be
is
a
maybe
lighting
she
thing.
can't
I don't
roll her tongue and like she's supposed to be, so they're like digitally doing it. I don't know. That was my.
Yeah.
that
Maybe
was the only
she's just
thing I could think of.
making her tongue in weird shapes while she's doing it.
She is like doing whistles and clicks, so like maybe it's some kind of robot extension that's her human
Yeah.
mouth can't make those noises.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't mention it, so it's probably nothing. So let's see. Kirsch is seeing everything that's going down. This is when Isaac calls him. And maybe he called Isaac. I can't remember.
Yeah,
But,
he calls it sick.
Yeah. But he tells him he has to feed the aliens and begin the next experiment. And again, that was like such a bad idea. Like, why are you telling this kid to take care of that?
Mhm.
Like, really? I don't know. Dumb. Misha says, I noticed that the first episode she started chittering at one point. It looked like little arms were coming out. Maybe it like impregnated her. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just
Everybody's pregnant.
everybody's
So you have to get that
pregnant.
little mouse on the end of your tongue in order to speak the xenomorph language.
Maybe she's getting it. But yeah, he wants him to go feed them, and I think that was dumb, and I cannot see that Kirsch would be so stupid to actually think that would work. But yeah, I don't know.
Or does he have another agenda when it comes to that?
It seems like it probably would have been fine if that one food door hadn't been jammed or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if he
maybe.
would have just brought somebody with him?
Yeah. If he would have let Curly come with him, if he
Mhm.
wasn't trying to like
Be a big boy.
exactly
Yeah.
Be a big boy.
trying to
Not
be a
really.
responsible grown up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
It's
that's
not-
why he had to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
I
Peter
think-
Pan just dropped him in the ocean. Flew him back.
Yeah, Peter Pan stomps down hard.
I thought, and I'm not sure because I thought I had a picture of it. I don't. I think this might have been where Boy Cavalier was like his arms outstretched, which I'm only bringing up because Bill had said this pose by Boy Cavalier shows that he's obsessed with being Peter Pan. He wants to fly free with his hands, arms, and feet out with no regards. So I don't know if this is this scene in particular, but I wanted to make
I
sure
think
I
it's
got
when they come back to the scene after everything goes down in the lab that he's doing like the Kate Winslet at the stern of the Titanic, like
Yeah.
I'm flying, Jack. Like it's
He's
King of the world.
Karen says, Boy Cavalier says her voice box is a speaker. It's an electronic sound. I think she moves her mouth, but it's not really involved in forming the sound. Maybe not. I guess I'm just wondering, like, from a perspective of like props or effects or something, is it supposed to look like something, or is it just the light made it look like something? Was kind of what
Yeah, because he asks her to recreate the sound she's hearing, and she says how, and he was like, well, how do you manipulate computers and stuff? You just do it, and then she does it. So
maybe she has to like change
something
her tongue into
intuitive
one
about
of those things to do it. Who knows? So then we have this little scene here with Smee and Curly. Not that it's really important, but
Yeah, I thought it was cute. I thought this was cute.
yeah, it was cute. I don't know that it was important, but it was cute.
Well, it shows how innocent they are.
yeah.
Knight
Baby
Rider
sheep.
had said
Where's
that
my
she
sheep?
was freaking out. Yeah. The
Fisher.
the sheep
The
is
most
very
interesting character on television right now.
It
Yeah.
is. If you look really close in the scene, I didn't realize that. Like, it shows part of the eyeball, like going into those eyes, and you can see there's like lines on the eyeball, like it's divided.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why there's a lot of eyes. Like, all the eyes go together to make the big eye, I guess, or all
Yeah.
the pupils or whatever go together.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and you see the one section like slides and looks inward for a second and then comes
Yeah.
back out. It's
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
creepy
so
looking.
It is
Right
It's
in the
very
brain.
creepy. Yeah,
I like
very
how
nice.
often it's a practical sheep too. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
they use a real sheep in a lot of the scenes.
Yeah,
The great
Or in-
actor sheep. She was sad
Yeah.
part.
yeah. And there's it's divided into 7. It
Oh, I
doesn't
love
look
I love it
like
when it's
8.
hanging up like a bat. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
it doesn't look like 8, but it might be because they're not like right now. One of them's missing. I think that's why there's
The
only
little pizza.
the one.
Yeah.
At any rate, yeah. But yes, I like how the xenomorph is hanging there.
Just
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah.
It was only there
It did
for
a
like a
little
second,
flip
but it was really
Down.
cool.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I think each tentacle has an eye. I never thought about it that way. See,
That
I
makes
kind of
sense.
looked at it as like they remind me when it goes into their head that they're of like I don't know. I can't even think of what I'm meaning, but like stuff that's in your brain, like the connections, kind of. So
Mhm.
that
Like
makes
neurons.
sense. I'm not describing what I'm thinking, but like you're not neuron. Well, maybe neurons. I don't know. It's
Nerve.
something.
Goes in their
I
brain.
don't know. Yeah, inside your brain. Karen says the actor sheep is named Victoria.
Shout out to
Oh.
Victoria.
Yeah.
Oh, can we interview her?
Let's get
Let's
Victoria in
interview
it.
her.
Yeah.
Interview her.
Are there
I like
Emmys for
that.
animals? Can we get her?
No.
Can we get her a sheep Emmy?
Yeah. As long as no sheeps were harmed in the making of this, it's okay. That's where he's getting the food ready for the bugs, for the flies.
Mhm.
Now, I had completely missed, and I believe it was Lilu who had said something about this earlier. I didn't realize that was all metal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Metal.
rocks.
Because
stuff.
I figured
Mhm.
maybe when the flies attack him, like they didn't realize he
No,
wasn't
no.
human. I guess they wanted him because he wasn't human. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
Got
know
that nummy silicone or whatever on him.
And as far as we know, it's the only one of the specimens we've seen that feeds or is interested in like non-organic materials.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I don't know how it would be possible, but the whole thing just makes me feel like that jammed food door was a setup from the eyeball monster
Mhm.
somehow. And that it set up that situation knowing that the scents are made of metal, knowing that the flies eat metal. It just seems like if the eyeball monster is this super intelligent mastermind,
Mhm.
maybe somehow it was able to disable that door and engineer this whole situation.
Or
Because
he
I'm very
knew,
interested in
he
what
knew-
was going on.
he
Maybe
knew
it
that
thought the
kid-
like acid spray would melt the like bars to the enclosures or something,
Yeah.
so it could escape. I don't know.
Well,
I think it might have been behind the whole thing.
I think he knew the kid was gonna like pull on it a little bit too hard because he's got that super strength,
Yeah,
and probably.
and then it
overproduced that.
headbutts the wall at the exact right time to make him trip and fall and shut
Oh
himself.
yeah, she practical
But maybe-
jokes.
But it does make me wonder if maybe Kirsch knew this would happen and could be let's see. I just realized how stupid. That's like putting on a ship made of faux and hawk. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Karen says also, I will call her Victoria. I like that. And yes,
I've been
Kirsch
calling
was-
the octopus Isla Fisher since the beginning.
Yeah, I didn't hear that one. That's cute.
Me
too.
and
I like
Karen
all
just
the-
called it Oculus Prime one night and it stuck.
Yeah, we started.
That's a
I
good
love
one.
that.
I do like
I
that.
like
I also like
Victoria.
Eileen. That's a good one.
Eileen.
All kinds of things with I. What was it? They called it on set. I think it was Karen said earlier. I don't remember what it was. I'm sure she'll put it in the chat, but what they call it on set. But yeah, he's stupid. He like, first of all, okay, so you can't put it through the slot. You don't walk in the cage. I feel like even
I
the kidnappers
know.
should know better. Like,
How
I
was
just
that your
don't-
next choice? Was just to go in there with them.
He does have the
Unless he-
mind of a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
unless
That
he just was like,
applies.
I don't want Kirsch to be disappointed in me, so I can do it. I
And
don't
if
know.
that was the case, why wouldn't he just open the door, stick the food in, and then close the door as fast as possible? Like, why walk all the way in and stand there?
He was like leaning in.
Yeah.
Like,
He was. Yeah, I agree.
I'd have been like,
It was called iMidge. That was what said that they called it iMidge.
image. That's pretty good.
So yeah. Now question for you guys. I did want to ask, what is that around its neck? Does that have to do with the probes, or is that like a bomb to blow it up if it tries to kill them? Because I was wondering.
Oh, I never even thought about it. Probably
I thought it was
some
just
kind
like
of
a.
shock collar,
I
self
thought it was
destruct.
just like a data collar that was picking up data from it.
Maybe. But
Yeah, it could be so, like full of sensors. Because they were measuring its brain activity in that one episode, right?
They
Yeah.
were, but it has.
Oh, but it has the things on
electrodes,
its head.
yeah.
That's right.
I just think about sometimes in some movies, like when they have like somebody they're trying to keep, like they put the collar with a bomb, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's what it made me think of. Samuel says specimens aren't getting 5-star service from me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Throw
Crack the
food
door
in
and
there.
toss
Maybe
it.
put a mint on my face.
Yeah.
Tuck it in a piece at a time, maybe, so they're
It
distracted.
says it's connected to the sensors. It might be. I don't know. It just
Yeah.
it looks odd. It really looks like it's batteries attached to it, to be honest. But
Yeah, it looks like a heavy, clunky piece of equipment, whatever it is.
yeah. But yeah, the sheep clearly we had this discussion was it last week or the week before, was the eyeball trying to, help what's her name, Chorizo or whatever. And I know that Noel Hawley has now, you were telling me that, Scarlett, that he's said outright that it was just to distract her. Same as it's here. It is definitely not
Broke
a
my
person
heart.
for
Broke my
her.
heart in 2 pieces, Jamie.
I 100% thought it was trying to warn her, and a lot of people
I did
read it
too.
that way.
I know.
Mhm.
I Midge
They're
loved human
friends.
women. Wanted to protect the ladies. Because the whole thing in, Alien with Sigourney Weaver and all that, I thought that's all going to come around. Heartbroken.
Yeah, no, I like that we thought it was helping. I wish they would have went with that, just because it's so
And
much
plus, it
more
was really
interesting.
comic because he was like, like,
Yeah.
over there.
Now this time he's just like headbutts it, like fall over. Yeah,
Well, and I was still thinking this isn't a human either, so.
yeah.
Ugh, that
Well, but
yummy.
they wanted it, so yeah.
I do not like that.
You don't like
It's
it either.
gross.
There's so much with acid.
Ugh.
Is that like people traumatized by the movie The Fly, so they had to put it in there when Jeff Goldblum
That's
hacked stuff on his
wild.
food to eat it?
Gross movie, man. I watched that way too young. It messed me up.
I
Why?
have had 2 recurring nightmares ever in my childhood, and one was Ash in the first Alien movie with all the milk coming out of his mouth, and the other one was the "Are You Afraid of the Dark?" Tale of the Ghastly Grinner with the clown that made all the blue shit come out of your mouth. So it's
Uh,
That
they
shit
have
scared
you-
the shit out of me when I was
gross,
little.
odd colored fluids pouring from your orifices has always been an issue for me.
ugh.
This scene
Yeah.
was rough.
Yeah.
I definitely had a dream about it last night.
Watching that stuff melt his face. Was
Yeah.
really, like, first of all,
Brutal.
special effects wise, looked incredibly
Yeah.
real. It was
Mhm.
so well done, and it is just so disgusting.
Yeah.
It made me wonder though if maybe they could try to save him. I mean, I don't think they
I had
will,
the
but like
same thought.
technically they could.
Yeah. If it burned far enough in to get
Mhm.
to like his
Yeah.
Data
brain
core.
I
equivalent.
wonder though how they would get him out of there though, because I assume they'll
Yeah.
probably try to kill humans too. And like, I mean, I guess maybe a human could go in and they wouldn't. I don't know.
I'm
Yeah,
wondering
just your
if they
face hugged.
just like print the latest like data they had from his brain into a new body.
Yeah, they probably can
Recreate
download it, like what's that show? Altered Carbon or whatever. They probably
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I love that show.
Yeah, I do too. I told Scarlett she's got to watch it.
I've seen 3 episodes.
Yeah, you got to watch the rest of it. How's that?
I know.
And then during part of this, I'm not sure which one it was during, but I have down in my notes that in the voiceover, this is where Boy Cavalier said that Peter thins the group when they go against the rules.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I'm not so sure that
Right.
he really went against the rules. I mean, he didn't do something that like would have
Well,
affected
I
anybody.
think
but
it's because
himself.
he gave himself a name because he didn't want to be a lost boy.
Mm,
And
that's
Okay.
he was really trying to be very adult like.
Yeah.
And that was the whole thing. That was one
He
of the
was
rules.
growing up.
One of the rules in Peter of Neverland was no growing up. So
Yeah.
breaking the rule by trying to give himself a name and be more of an adult and independent person
yeah.
is how I interpreted it.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I had forgotten about that. Misha says that the metal-eating creature is loose on a ship made of metal, which is true. But at least the ship's not in space now.
Yeah.
Sounds like Nautilus.
I know, that's what I was just thinking, Nautilus, the whole thing. So then we have Wendy in this conversation with her and Dame Sylvia about taking Nib's memory and the whole idea that she knows they are the experiments as well.
Mhm.
And saying that, you know, Kirsch says they don't have to be emotional, but they can see the world for what it truly is, and says that maybe, you know, humans are the problem, basically. So she doesn't.
This seemed like a real turning point for Wendy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I think that she, you know, they want them to think like this is a good thing, and she even said earlier, you know, she enjoyed being there, but clearly they're not necessarily doing what's best for them, and they are experiments.
Yeah.
Just like the aliens. Misha says Wendy is good, but I worry about her more because she can be manipulated and she's so strong. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking as I was saying that. Like, I don't know that I see her going against them, but she doesn't seem to think of herself as human right now. So I don't know. That could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Could be
I feel like she's gonna somehow come around to Kirsch's perspective in that first episode when they're flying to the crash, and she's telling him about how, you know, human beings at the end of the day, they're part of the food chain and you're not anymore because you're a synthetic. So the setting Kirsch up as like sort of how he looks at people, how he looks at human beings, sort of looks down at them. I think Wendy's going to kind of come around to his way of thinking, at least temporarily. I don't know. That's the direction.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of worried this show's going to end on a cliffhanger. If it does, it better get a season 2. That's all I gotta say.
Oh no!
I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, feel like that. All right. So then we have the scene here with Joe. I can't think of his name. Coming to see Arthur, and him kind of telling him that Wendy's not safe when he asks, because he does want to protect them, and he tells him to take her and get out and gives her the boat code.
Yeah, he's pretty clever with this.
He is. But like I said earlier, I do question the fact that he is taking off their trackers. Like, there's no way they don't know that. Like, it's clearly obvious that this is not going to go well. And it only, I mean, it served the purpose that he found out what happened to Toodles. But yeah. But that's how he found out, that said something like that the tracker wasn't on, or they couldn't connect to it or something. Which I'm not sure why turning trackers monitoring off would mean it. I don't know. I wouldn't think it would give that alarm, but it does. But they're watching him, so maybe they know what he said. I don't know. I would think they could zoom in on the computer screen.
It kind of looked to me like he put himself at an angle to where his body was blocking the computer.
He was standing in front of it. I kind of looked
because
at
he
it
gave a
twice.
very like slow, deliberate look at the camera first, and then looked back to Joe.
Which was so obvious. Quit looking at the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Don't forget, during that speech, he also warned Wendy something was about to happen, obviously because he knew at the very least about the xenomorphs. Assume you mean Kirsch. Kirsch knows. Boy Cavalier doesn't because he's not paying attention.
Yeah.
What he did. Yeah, I don't know. Security? Anybody? I don't really. But
anybody else watching out there?
Yeah. And then we have Kirsch again, who is watching everything and doing absolutely nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the big plan.
Well, we just don't know what that plan is.
To
And then
just
we
to
have-
watch it all fall on itself.
Well, and then we have Slightly here, who is getting upset and not wanting to kill Joe. Now, question for you guys, because we had this conversation in one of the other episodes. Do you think Kirsch could hear what Morrow's saying, or just knows
Yeah.
he's communicating with them?
I think he can hear it because Morrow's talking directly into Slightly's head, and they can hear. They can hear everything that's going on with them, and they can like see through their eyes. I'm pretty sure they can hear whatever transmission he's like speaking to him through.
I'm assuming he can hear both sides of the conversation. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe he could only hear his side, but it makes me think though that Kirsch clearly has no sympathy if he does know what's going on. That's why I thought maybe he was going to try to stop Morrow, but he clearly isn't. Let's see.
I'm wondering if this is like him trying to liberate himself from the situation just by letting Morrow, level everybody.
Yeah.
Oops.
Hey, if all your jailers are dead,
Yeah.
you can do what
This
you
old
want.
toy's going places.
Yeah.
This
That
poor little
whole, that
guy.
whole old toy thing to me is still kind of weird that he's saying he's obsolete. I guess he means because of the new synths with the human brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he has no sympathy because he's not supposed to. Yes, I know. I'm just saying, I guess I expected him to have a little sympathy, but I guess I probably shouldn't because he's not human. I guess
I thought
hope-
like he and Isaac had the relationship. I thought that like he would care more that he was hurt or killed.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
he
not.
had no reaction to it whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Karen says anything he hears can probably be read as code too. His ears are electronic. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
good point.
do you guys remember though, was any of didn't some of the synths, or not synths, but yeah, synths, I guess, in the AI in the other movies, didn't they help the humans some? I thought some of them were kind of
Mhm.
Bishop and Aliens and
what I thought.
Winona Ryder's character in Resurrection
Mhm.
were both good guys who helped people. But those were also explicitly later model synths.
Okay, because I was going to say
Earlier
they
models
had
were like
some sympathy,
antisocial.
yeah.
David in Covenant and Prometheus. There's like the good one and the bad one.
Yeah, and the bad one is a later model.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
right.
that's why I expect Kirsch to, I don't know, do something.
So I think, it really depends on the model of the synth. So if
Yeah,
you're looking
I
at
was
the
gonna-
movies.
Yeah, I was going to say there's the one in Romulus, but that's sort of a different,
Yeah.
a different thing. Okay. This is why on a bigger level, I think this whole franchise is asking, what does it mean to be human? Yes, I definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
especially this entry, Alien Earth, is really honing in on that question.
Yeah. And to answer your question, Karen, who they are that knows the trackers are off, I just meant like the company, who the security. I didn't mean anybody in particular. Meant that like the security guard would figure it out, tell Boy Cavalier maybe something. Yeah, I didn't mean any in particular person. So yeah, Arthur comes up and he takes advantage, and lets him go in there. And did he shut the door or just not help him open it? I wasn't sure if he actually shut the door or not on him.
He shut the door.
Okay. But yeah.
Yeah,
he
you mean
goes down.
slightly locking
Yeah,
Arthur in there? Yeah, he shut the door behind him. Yeah.
And that's so awful too, though, because like his friend died and he clearly doesn't care very much about Toodles there either, because he was
Yeah.
trying to help Toodles.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
somebody
think,
tried
I
to
think
kill your
Slightly
mom.
definitely cares because after he traps Arthur in there and like he gets
Yeah.
face hugged, Slightly like turns away from the door and there's like tears rolling down his face.
Yeah, I didn't
like
know they
he
could-
obviously is so upset by what he's being forced
He's
to do.
in an impossible situation.
Yes.
But not, I guess, doesn't care enough is the answer there.
Well, maybe he thinks he could fix his friend, but he wants his mom to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his little brothers, like
Yeah,
that's just
his
so
mom
Yeah.
and his brothers are all being threatened by Morrow.
More
Yeah.
than-
that's yeah. I
I don't know. I
think
guess it makes you wonder, and it kind of goes back to the whole like morality issue too. Of like, what are you willing to do to protect the people you love? Like, does that
Mhm.
make him wrong, or is
Like
it
a
just,
Last of Us conversation.
yeah,
Yeah.
like is it necessarily wrong what he's doing? I mean, it's wrong, but like at the same time,
Mhm.
yeah, but it's morally gray, you know.
Mhm.
Kirsch will do something because you don't cast him with the elephant as a guy. That's a good
But
point.
yeah,
Very good point, Karen. I love this that the sheep is just like totally watching this shit go down.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I sometimes think that maybe Octo Eye just wants to learn, and it's letting the alien kill them not because it wants to help the aliens. I mean, I know it said it doesn't care about the humans, but I kind of wonder if it wants to learn how that alien works because it's going to try to take it over next or whatever.
Yeah, I think it learns something from like maybe being in the cat and being in the sheep and learning from
Yeah.
all these different animals that's been
You
in.
had Steve had read a theory last week that maybe the aliens and the eyeball monsters were like ancestral enemies, and that's why the aliens developed the little mouth, because it's like just the size to like poke out an eyeball.
I like that.
They don't have eyes.
also the fact that xenomorphs don't have eyes.
Yeah,
They
and
could
it
have
went
all-
like it when it
And
was
the-
in Shmi, it went for that alien.
yeah,
It's like with
did.
fingernails.
It
and-
seemed to
We
know
had
how to
this-
like call it. It used
Yeah,
weird
use its
clicking noises to like
language.
call it. It seemed like there's some sort of pre-established relationship between the two species, maybe.
Yeah. There was a couple people last week though that were saying they do have eyes that are under that transparent shield, or at least that they have eye sockets. From the other movie, I don't know because I haven't looked enough into the artwork, but there was like we had this long conversation about that, so I don't know.
Yeah,
that they
because
don't have
Morphe
eyes.
over here has little eye sockets.
Well, Morphe over here was made by AI. You can't go by that. but some of the artwork suggests that might be the case, so I don't know.
I know one of the early designs that the xenomorphs are based on, one of H.R. Giger's sculptures or drawings, it was like a human skull underneath, and then the clear like black translucent dome that goes over the top half covered the empty eye sockets. But I don't know if that element of the design has persisted over the years.
I've showed Jamie some of the erotica, some H.R. Giger erotica, so she knows. She's seen things she can't unsee.
Yeah. I'm a big Giger fan.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I like the artwork.
I want to go to one of those cafes.
Yeah,
the one in Denmark, but I don't know if there's any in the U.S. Well, they have that the chairs or the Dune designs, the Harkonnen chairs and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen the
actually
pictures. I want to visit that
pictures
place
of that.
someday.
Yeah.
I like this idea that she's saying, would Morrow have gone after him if he knew he was 11? And then Karen said that he might not have even done it, but just needs slightly to believe he would, which is a good point. We don't really know what Morrow would do or wouldn't do, just what he's threatening to do, because he did
That's
have a
true.
kid.
He knows they're kids, though. I don't think he knows how young they are, but he knows that they're children.
Well, I think he had to know how young he was, though, because he found his mother, so I assume he looked up.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
But yeah, would he really kill her? I don't know.
Probably.
I mean, he sussed out that they were kids when they first met, like almost immediately.
Yeah. But either way, there's the xenomorph. He locks him in there, and he won't help him out, and he gets face hugged.
Ugh.
Yeah.
R.I.P. brother.
And Kirsch is
going to have a
watching
bad
all-
couple of days.
Kirsch is just calmly watching all the shit go down. Oh, here's the picture there of him. Titanic. He tells him everything's fine.
Titanic.
He asks. I don't know.
It looks almost like a Jesus Christ pose as well.
That too.
He's
That's a
Titanic.
whole lot. He's Titanic.
He's Titanic.
Yeah, but I agree with what that one person said earlier, though. Maybe he wants to fly. It does kind of look like that.
It is, like Peter Pan, which I didn't make that connection either, but that's spot on.
Yeah, I didn't either. But yeah, once again, Kirsch is just enjoying watching and not.
Kirsch is this Kirschen.
He does look a little bit distressed here.
Perturbed.
Just a hint of distress.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want Boy Cavalier to know because it'll get worse, and he's like,
"Wow, that escalated quickly."
Maybe he knows that Boy Cavalier will blame him because he's in charge of the secure lab.
That's true too. She says he decides to make the phone call too late. Like, Homie, you should have called as soon as you noticed shenanigans. Yeah,
Yeah.
he shouldn't have told a kid to take, feed the alien there. That would have been the first thing.
I'm betting he's going to try to get Cavalier in the lab first. Just go in there and check it out.
I think he wants it to get worse. I'm honestly not sure. I mean, I think at this point he may be kind of like, I'll show you I'm obsolete, like I'll kill you first type of thing,
Yeah.
But yeah, he clearly knows now that Morrow didn't exactly lie to him. Morrow left out what was going to happen. He made it like it wasn't going to be a big deal. So he puts them in the vent, goes in with them, and we see that the other aliens are also let out. That fly thing's been let out. It looks like the eggs are in the open. And I love that the octo sheep here just is like, okay, I'm bored now, and goes and eats the grass. Finally. Like, I'm done. I'm bored. Karen says, I think he sent Toodles on purpose, knowing he would mess it up. Maybe he even messed with the door so it would break. That's definitely a possibility.
That makes more sense than the eye monster doing it.
Yeah. Like 10 minutes ago, I just told him to feed the animals. Now you're dead. Arthur's dead, etc. Yeah. And that's why I said too, like, I think that the alien, I don't know that yes, it's not a fan of the humans, but I wonder that it more just like wants to learn and see how it works. And I still think that it wants to get into higher life forms, and that's why it wants in the alien in the first place.
When I first saw this picture, I thought the eyeball came out of the face, and I thought it was just an open eye socket there.
No,
I thought it had escaped.
Why did it come out of and not stay in that guy? Like, was his body too destroyed?
Yeah, the xenomorph was like taking chunks out of that body, like stabbed him multiple times in the back with its tail, and used the little mouth to like put huge holes in its neck.
Okay.
Yeah, that body just got destroyed by the xenomorph.
Xeno is the red herring. Optimus is the big bad. I would like that. I just question: can they change the mythology that much, or can he change? No,
well, it is Noah Hawley.
But he said something like that alien's here to stay, that it's not just like a one-off, I guess. So it's definitely now part of the mythology, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The Xeno.
One of the most interesting additions to the Alien franchise since the Alien Queen, maybe. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Love the Oculus.
Yeah, I think that's the most interesting part of the story. I really do. Noel Hawley can do whatever he wants with the X-Men. True.
Exactly.
It's Marvel in general.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it would have been more interesting if the Octo Eye was trying to help the humans. I still kind of think that might have been a better way to go, but I don't
feel
know
like it's more intriguing. It's more.
Yeah. We still really don't know anything about what its actual motives are. It's not feeding on people or reproducing that we've seen. So like, what is it up to? That's probably the thing I'm most curious about in this entire show.
It's definitely
what is driving the eye monster. What does it want?
Yeah,
why is it doing?
It definitely doesn't like the aliens.
Yeah.
No, but I think it wants to learn. I think it's like gathering information.
That would make sense. It being a giant eye.
Yeah. Karen says he said that the kids trapped in this in-between state are meant to mirror the crew trapped on the Nostromo.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
I like that too. I'm assuming by he you mean Noah Hawley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about this, but this is the only episode that had a mid-episode I can't even think of it. Needle drop, thank you. And it was all J.A. Tesseract, which is like one of my favorite songs of all time. And I was really excited about it.
I'm glad when I watched the episode when it drops, and then the next day before we would do our show, I always rewatch it with subtitles on. And the subtitles include the lyrics of the songs, and they're always way more relevant than I would expect.
Yeah.
There's a needle drop.
That's cool. What were the lyrics for this one?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was
3 lines where 2 points meet, side to side, back to back. Till morning comes, let's tessellate.
Yeah, the opening lines of that song are like "Take a bite out of me" or something
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
Something very like alien-y. I don't
That's
remember
funny.
exactly what
Cool.
it is, and it's the same for this song at the end by Godsmack.
Yeah,
Mhm.
keep away. I don't know what the lyrics are, but yeah, I
Mhm.
have that written here.
Well, then they had that one from the Smashing Pumpkins that was "Let Me Out," and the thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny.
The
Purposeful.
little like opening song. There's only like
Oh, the
2
Strange
lines.
Brew.
Yeah, Strange Brew, Kill What's Inside of You, which is extremely on point for this series.
Mhm.
They
Wow.
try. They have yet to succeed.
Well, they definitely have great music in this show.
Yeah.
Which is now something that the franchise is known for. So I'm really enjoying it.
Noah
Yeah,
Hawley's known for it.
Yeah,
that's,
he
that's
is.
his thing. That's his thing.
I loved We'll Meet Again in the last episode.
Yeah.
With the
Oh,
Strange Love vibes, Dr. Strange Love vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that last episode was really great too, though. I expected to not like the flashback episode. I not like it, but because we were talking about how we didn't need to see it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was so great, though.
It's
Yeah.
because they showed us little flashes in the pilot, and I thought, oh, they're just going to summarize the alien experience this way, and they're not going to go there, but then they ever going there anyway.
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
still don't think we needed it, but it was really, really good. And I know a lot of people that's their, well, at least till this point, I don't know about this one, but it was their favorite episode.
I think it really added a lot to Morrow's character. It really recontextualized a lot of his decisions and behavior, because just from the snippet you get in the first episode of him shutting the door and welding it so that he could escape while the alien kills his crewmate, you think he's kind of heartless. But then seeing the events that lead up to that and what's motivating him, it makes it a much more morally gray decision for him to have done that. So I really appreciate how that episode recontextualizes his whole character.
Yeah, it doesn't make me feel bad for him, though. I still like see him.
Yeah,
as the
he's still not
villain.
entirely sympathetic, but he's much more complex.
Right.
He's not a nice man.
He's not a nice man. Karen says it paid off the boy cavalier Wayland Utani. I'll say it eventually.
Yeah.
Meeting. It did. It did. Yeah, it was a good episode. So what do we think is next? I mean, we have 2 episodes left. Like, what do you think is coming?
Well, what's the title of the next one?
Emergence.
Yeah. So for sure, Arthur's chest burster is coming out in the next episode.
That seems very likely.
Yeah.
Yes.
That does seem very likely.
Wasn't the last one called "The Humans Are Dead" or something?
Is it?
We got a little too much Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah, we saw some. I'm just going by the trailer for the next episode that we saw, but it looks like Wayland Utani's invasion of the island is going to happen.
Oh, interesting.
The outbreak, breaking of containment on the specimens is going to get worse. I think we're just going to see this whole situation blossom into full chaos over the course of the next episode or
Because
2.
anytime you put anything on an island, it always goes well.
My prediction for the end
goes well. Robot.
I think this island is going to get nuked at the end of the show.
Oh yeah,
at the
sure.
next season. I think they're going to blow up the whole island.
Even though we know they
Kind of
can't
never
have a
existed.
continuation though. Then, Misha said that first episode, I just assumed he was synthetic and following mission parameters from other. Yeah, I didn't. They had said something about him being a cyborg instead, which confused me even more at that point because I thought he was synthetic too. I think Utani's invasion is during the new chest burster. Yeah, it's called Emergence is 7 and 8 is the real monsters, which I guess
because the humans are real monsters.
Humans, yeah.
There's a scene in the trailer with Boy Cavalier confronting Dame Sylvia and seeming to blame everything on her, and I'm excited to see that scene. We're real excited about that.
I'm excited and nauseated.
Yes.
You know that at the end of the show, the Xeno has to be dead because Nostromo has to discover it. But that could be at the end of like multiple seasons, right?
Yeah, not necessarily.
Yeah.
I think it depends if they have more.
It could always just be around, like in a jungle somewhere, just around. It would be weird to be on the earth.
They don't know about.
And living in a cave.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be crazy. I do hope there's a season 2 though. But that's what I mean at the end of the show, not the season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been, as far as I know, getting good ratings. So
Oh yeah, it's doing great.
yeah.
It could just
So
be
it's got a lot of
my
positive
own social
reviews.
media feeds, but I feel like tons of people are talking about it. I don't know. It's hard to judge with how personalized social media is these days. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's just what I'm seeing or if everyone really is talking about
It's
it.
doing really well.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think it's doing well. But yes, you're right, because the feeds are definitely personalized
Yeah.
based on what you talk about, I think, more than anything. But yeah. Yeah. Fletcher says it's better than Invasion so far.
I need to check Invasion out. That looks good. I haven't watched it yet.
I have not watched it yet. I know Karen and AJ love it. Karen said nobody I know in real life is watching it or has even heard of it.
Oh wow.
Really?
I know a couple of my coworkers are watching it, and a bunch of my friends are watching it.
Yeah,
I guess there are a lot of people that watch Legion.
Yeah.
I haven't really talked to anybody outside of online, really, but I haven't really thought about it. That space jockey thing now, it all kinds of screwed up because of Prometheus. I don't know what. I'm not sure what that's in reference to.
Because Prometheus showed the engineers, and they look like big, smooth, jacked dudes, whereas the space jockey in the first Alien movie was bigger and like kind of rounder and had like a weird tentacle face. But I think they explained that the space jockey, as it appeared in Alien, was wearing some kind of a spacesuit, and that's why it looked like
apparatus.
It was actually an engineer underneath. I think
that's
the case. I'm not an alien lore expert, but
I don't know. I don't really know. I still like I was saying, I don't know, last week or whatever week I said it. When I first saw Prometheus, I didn't realize when I went to it, because I don't know if I didn't pay attention to the trailer, but I didn't realize it was in the Alien franchise until I was halfway through the movie. Well, not halfway through the movie, but partially through the movie at the theater. I'm like, oh wait, this is a guy.
Yeah, I know that in the next, because the sequel to it is called Alien Covenant. I think that the studio forced Ridley Scott to put Alien in the title because they felt like the first movie underperformed because people didn't realize it was an Alien movie.
Well, they should, because then people also go and watch the other movies before they go see it, so they know what's going on and remember it and everything. Yeah, because I didn't know it when I realized it when we were watching. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah. Fletcher's saying can't wait to see Welcome to Derry. You know, everybody's talking about that. And I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if I got to cover that, but I don't know how much I'm going to hate it or how scary it's going to be. So I'm
We're going to be covering Welcome to Derry over on Cyborg Queens, me and Kelly.
That's cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, I know. You guys are talking about it for a long time because there's never been
it was supposed to come out a year ago.
Exactly.
I mean, I like some Stephen King shows that I've seen, but I don't like it. I don't like the new one, and I don't like the original. So I don't know if I would like it, but I don't know. I'll have to try it and give it a chance, I guess.
I think it'll be fun. It is really creepy. I'm not.
I mean, all the different
times. Property.
Yeah, all the different timelines might be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll.
Yeah, throughout history.
When's that come out?
October 26th, I think. Something like that.
Time Telemasca comes out, Jamie.
I see. Yeah, figures. Figures. Let's see.
Gotta release them before Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it's before Halloween. Oops, sorry. Well, anything else? I know we're at the end of the episode. I'm trying to think if we have anything else to touch upon.
I don't think so. I feel like I got all my points out.
Yeah, I think I mentioned everything that I had written down for notes.
Yeah.
We talked about it, yeah.
You mind if I drop our plugs real quick?
No, go for
it. We are covering Dexter Resurrections. We just finished up with the finale this week, but we have some more interviews coming out. We've interviewed the entire Kamara family. So if you guys are following along with Dexter Resurrections, check that out. We have Welcome to Derry coming up in October. We have Walking Dead Daryl Dixon coverage happening right now. We're going to be starting on Buffy coming up really soon to get ready for the Buffy reboot. And then we also cover Yellow Jackets from Severance, all the fun stuff. So check us out over on Cyborg Queen Media.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of the same stuff we've covered.
Yeah,
we're gonna do
collabing with you guys.
Yeah, we're
hopefully
gonna do
Cruel Summer.
Yeah, we're gonna do
we're definitely covering Cruel Summer.
Probably Cruel Summer. What else do we have? Well, we're doing Daryl Dixon right now.
When's Buffy coming
we
out?
have Wednesday right now.
They just finished shooting the pilot, so it hasn't been officially picked up to series yet.
Okay,
it's gonna be a while then.
Not sure, but hopefully in the next year, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There, Fletcher's going to subscribe since you cover Yellow Jackets. So there you go.
Thanks, Fletcher. We have not to like self brag, but I have an interview with the full Yellow Jackets cast that Jasmine Savoy Brown said is going to inform the rest of her performance going forward. Yeah, I am very proud of that. But yeah, we're on Cyborg Queen Media everywhere except for X, where we're Cyborg Queen TV.
That's cool. Yeah, I got into Yellow Jackets way too late. I tried to sign up for that.
I got her to Yellow Jackets.
Way too late to get into it. I think I asked to do it like a couple days before the junket. They're like, no. Yeah, I tried. Maybe next year, but
the junket was wild. I've never been so shaken, and I was like, "Oh, thank you for everything."
Yeah, well, now
I love you.
Yeah. But so that hopefully won't be too far away.
Yeah, they are getting ready to start shooting.
Yeah,
like next month, I think.
Everything's like there's a big space right now. Like there's some things out, but like there's nothing. I don't know. I feel like I'm waiting.
Only Murders in the Building, which you won't cover with me.
Only Murders in the Building.
That's coming back soon, right?
Yeah,
it already has.
Maybe.
Oh, it's already back. I haven't even started.
The first 3 episodes are up.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Thank goodness for this.
All 3 were up.
Chat.
We're gonna cover Night of the Seven Kingdoms next year when that comes out. That's the next one I'll be doing with Jazz.
What's that? Night of the Seven.
It's like Game of Thrones
spinoff.
Yeah,
I see.
Based on the Dunk and Egg short stories by George R. R. Martin.
I see. I never really watched Game of Thrones, and I tried to watch the new one. I thought I would watch it because of Matt Smith, and I still couldn't watch it. I just couldn't get into it. I didn't like it. That's just really not my thing. Maybe it should be, but it's not.
So. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I definitely don't have a whole Game of Thrones tattoo. Like going down my arm.
That's cool. I have an X-Files tattoo. That's the only pop culture tattoo I have. It's X-Files. Actually, I have 2 X-Files tattoos.
X-Files.
Nice.
That's a great
choice. That's a top 5 show of all time for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love X-Files.
It's like a comfort show. I'll put it on at night just to go to sleep sometimes, which is weird, but
no, I get it.
Love that show. I rewatch it all the time.
I used to in high school, like I had the episodes, I recorded them onto audio cassette and would like listen to them on the audio cassette.
That's cool.
It was, right?
That's like dedication.
Quote half of them. Crazy. We already did a rewatch, or I'd be trying to do a rewatch, but we already covered it the second time. That's a big connection. I don't know if I was trying to think if there's anything else we're going to be covering. I know Karen and I are going to be eventually doing a Harry Potter show to get ready for the new series. We're going to talk about the movies and the books and stuff, but that's I think a while away yet. So, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's like a lull. There's not as much right now. I feel like, and I don't know if it's just because I've been doing way too many shows, I think is the problem. And now I'm not. Now I'm not, and it feels like I need to fill it, but yet I'm trying not to drive myself nuts.
Should fill it up with some Only Murders in the Building.
I know you keep wanting to do that, and I was thinking about
it. Now binge all the seasons. I thought you said you saw season 1. Now
this is my first time doing this type of thing, and I found it very stressful. I can't imagine doing more than one show at a time.
That's why I'm kind of like I want to do it, and I know she wants to do it, but I'm also kind of like, am I going to regret agreeing to do it?
Well, one time me and Jamie were doing Nautilus, Wednesday, The Sandman, and what else? The Institute. All
the
together.
Institute, and I was doing 2 for the Institute, and I still have Fandom Access on Tuesday.
You're doing Revival.
Yeah, Revival. Yeah, I had stuff every night, but I think one night I was doing stuff, and some of them 2 a night. That was too much. I won't do that again. I drove myself insane, and I got no sleep.
Kelly and I had Teacup Hysteria from and Yellow Jackets all at the same time at one point.
And you had them separate shows though too, because that's the thing. We were doing separate shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we covered all of them, but most of them were on Phantom Access. Yes, I've seen La Brea.
I never watched La Brea, but the fun fact is I remember seeing the trailer for that first episode when it came out, and like the big Earth, like the Earth like opens up right in front of the office building where I worked at the time.
Cool.
In Los Angeles.
Directly
Yeah, like,
across from the
like
tar
yeah,
pits.
because I worked right across the street from the La Brea tar pits, and there's a big
Cool.
office building that I worked
That's
in.
cool.
And the opening scene, I'm guessing, of that show is the Earth splitting open right there. I can like see
Yeah.
my office.
Yeah,
Started out
it's
good.
really
They caught it a little
cool.
silly.
The whole museum and stuff in there and all that. It's so
Oh,
weird
yeah.
that it's just in the middle of the city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went to that museum when we first moved out here.
It is
very cool.
dead in the middle of the city.
There's
It's
so
crazy.
many wolf skulls.
Have
got a
either
whole
of
wall
you
of skulls.
been to the Museum of Jurassic Technology? And please go if you haven't.
I have.
No.
Yeah, over in Culver City, I've been there.
Oh yeah,
It's really neat.
it's my favorite museum of all times.
Very cool. We should go.
Sounds cool.
You would like that.
Sounds
Yeah.
right up my alley.
Go get us some tea up in the room with all the Russian dog astronauts portraitures and all the doves that are up there. The cove.
Sounds like a cool
He
museum.
works right
anyway.
next door to the Peterson Automobile Museum too. That one's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
There's a
Nice.
bunch of museums right
Yeah.
there. The new Academy museums
Yeah.
right there now too. Yeah.
Academy Awards Museum.
I miss California. I lived there for 20 years.
It's a good spot.
We've been here for 10.
Well, I live
Yeah,
in
we've
San
been
Diego, but LA wasn't too far away if I wanted to go do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to go visit again.
Well, look
But
us
I-
up when you
I
guys
just
come
need
out.
a vacation, I think, more than anything, but need money to take a vacation first. It would be
Yeah.
nice though. But yeah, but I guess we both have a lot of stuff, and hopefully we're hoping soon to find out about Revival if it gets a season 2. I sure hope so. And if it does, we're going to do another trivia night like specific to Revival. So that's the
Very
other
cool.
thing we've been planning. So, but I guess unless you guys have anything else to add, I guess that's about it.
That's it for
Yeah, I
us.
think that's
But
it.
thanks everybody for coming. Please make sure that you like and subscribe to both Sci-Fi-Vision and Cyborg Queen Media, and come back to see. We have a show again on Sunday, our Daryl Dixon show. That's at 11, and of course we have our watch party at 9:30, and the Discord link is there in the chat, pinned. I think it should be pinned. Like, is it pinned? It should be pinned. Yeah, it's pinned. So if you haven't joined our Discord, please do so. But we will see you guys soon. And
Well, we have also
thanks
on
for
Monday,
coming.
we have Wednesday.
we have Wednesday on Monday as well. Yes. And then
Thanks
Fandom
again for
Access.
having us, by the
Sure,
way.
thanks for
been
coming.
a
Yeah,
blast.
you're welcome. Show up
I had a
again
really
if
good
you
time.
wish.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, we were talking
love-
about maybe doing the finale too. So
Oh, yeah.
I would do that.
we'll
Yeah,
be
that
in
sounds
touch.
The party.
This was a lot of fun.
All right. We're going to say goodnight, guys. Have a good one. Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah.
Sure, thanks for coming. All right. Well,
Bye.
I guess unless you have anything else, Scarlett, I think
Yeah, we're
That
all gonna
about-
call it quits.
does it. All right. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you for
See you,
joining us.
Victoria.
Yeah, like I said, please hype the stream if you have that option, and leave comments outside of the episode, and yeah, and please like and subscribe, and we will see you all on Sunday, hopefully. Good night, guys. We need to get a sheep scream specifically.
Be the same.